Hello, my name's Ariel Finance, and this is how I'm building financial discipline at 18 years old. A lot of people my age are one bad weekend away from $0 in their bank account. I work as a busser at a restaurant, I'm finishing up high school, and I've decided to play this differently. While everyone else is spending their graduation money, I'm building a system to make sure I will never have to worry about a paycheck again. Here is exactly how I'm building financial discipline from the ground up. Nothing that I say in this video should be taken as fact, and this is merely just my opinion and what I'm doing in my personal life. The first thing I do is every paycheck that comes out for me, which is on every Friday, I take $50 out and I put it in my VU automatically, and I automatically take $50 out of my paycheck and put it in my high yield savings account. Dollar cost averaging, like I do with my Roth IRA, is a way to build discipline and make it so that you take all of the psychological game out of investing. It just automatically comes out of your account and you don't have to do anything manual. You don't have to think about the money. You can just consider the money is gone. Another thing I do is once a week, I take all of my income and all of my expenses or any money I spend or get, and I put it into a budget sheet and I track where every single dollar goes. What this does is it guarantees that I'm intentional with my money and I know where every single dollar goes. And you don't need to spend any money to use a budget. I literally use Excel for free and I made it myself. It's so easy to do. If you don't have a budget, you're not going to know where your money's going, and you're not going to know how much you save. You're not going to know how much you invest. You're not going to know where your money goes. It's just in your own best interest to make a budget. And in this budget sheet, make sure you list all of your expenses and how much you estimate you'll spend on everything. So for me, I estimate I'll spend $200 on food a month, so I try not to go over that. It's just a guideline that you keep for yourself to make sure you don't spend too much money. Try to keep the same investing and savings rate each month. And after I made my budget, I made sure that there was a reason for every purchase I made. Every single purchase that I make, I'm intentional with it. If I really want something, I'll buy it. But before I buy anything, I think about if I really do want this or if I really do need it, and then I make the purchase. So it could be like 10 p.m. and I want a Coke. It's just impulsive, and I could think and I actually don't need this. So I'm saving like $4 there that could go and compound. So that's basically the whole preface with having a budget and knowing where every single dollar you have is going. Another thing I do for myself is I set financial goals. So this could look like anything. It could look like saving an extra $200 a month. Stop going out to eat 3 times a week and go out 2 times a week. Don't make yourself miserable, but try to cut expenses and stay happy at the same time. For example, in February, I spent $339.97 on miscellaneous. And for me, miscellaneous is like basically a bunch of wants. Like if I want to buy, I don't know, a Lego, a computer, so on. So my estimated for a month per month for miscellaneous is only $100. So I went over 3 times higher, but I also did buy a computer. So still, that's my point. Last month was a little bit out of control, so this month I try to tune it down. Now, I'm not going to cut all the wants out from my life. For example, I love concerts. I love going to live music things, so I'm not going to cut concerts. I'm still going to spend money on concerts, enjoy myself, and be happy. But all of the necessary things that I actually don't want or don't need, like specifically snacks, food, are easy to cut out for me. Every single day, I try to learn something new about finance. Whether it be taxes, entrepreneurship, math, and literally anything about finance. I just try to grow my education every day and expand my skill set. Knowledge is way more important than money. If you take someone that's very successful and has a lot of money, and you take away all of their money, but they still have their knowledge, I guarantee you they can build it up again and get just as much money as they have. I always prioritize knowledge. People get paid on their knowledge and their skill set. If you take a barista, an easy job, not easy, I'll say simple, a simple job that doesn't require much knowledge, and then you take a job that requires a doctorate or something like that, obviously the pay difference is going to be insane, and that's because of the knowledge gap. Another point to financial discipline is who you surround yourself with. If you surround yourself with a bunch of people that are nihilists or don't care about life in general, and they just do a bunch of nothing, chances are you're going to also do nothing. You're going to fall into the trap where you're a bum, not doing anything with your life, and you're just like them, just smoking, drinking every day, building a bunch of bad habits that'll carry on for the rest of your life if you never get out. So I try to surround myself with good people that have good habits and make me happy and support me in all the ways they can. And I feel like a lot of people don't want to cut off like people they're really close to, even if they're making their life worse and have a bunch of bad habits, but it's just something you have to do if you want to, I don't know, be happier and live like a better life, I guess. And obviously I can empathize, I can understand, but it gets to a point. And at the end of the day, you just got to take that step to better yourself. And at a baseline, this is all very simple. Financial discipline is very simple. Just spend less, save more, invest more, blah, blah, blah. Know where your money's going. It's all very simple, but it's also all very hard. Because you actually have to care, you have to think, you have to put in effort. It's not just going to happen automatically. You have to change your lifestyle, change how you spend your life. So it all comes from effort and a price, but the end result is worth all of the work that you put in for it, in my opinion. And the end result of financial discipline, in my opinion, is financial freedom. It's having a lot of money in your bank account and you just being able to do basically whatever you want. You can get a new car if you want. You can go on vacation to Europe if you want. And you don't actually have to think about the money. You don't have to worry about it. You can just spend your life however you want. You can retire early if you have enough money to do so. You can travel the world. You can do whatever you want that money was limiting you to. In these bad habits that you have to start off with, it's going to be hard to break. It's going to be hard to change. And then once you break them, it's going to be hard to build the good habits and stick with the good habits. But if you do, your life will be infinitely better. You'll be financially sound. You'll have better people in your life. Your life will just be better quality of life, yeah. And the goal of life isn't to work 24/7. I think everyone knows that. I think everyone agrees on that. But to do absolutely everything you want, you do need money, and that's just reality. So it's better to build good habits now than later. So when later actually comes, you're able to do anything you want. The definition of financial discipline is the consistent practice of managing money responsibly to achieve long-term goals, such as saving, investing, and avoiding debt. It requires creating a budget, tracking expenses, and controlling spending habits to live within one's means. So literally through the definition, it tells you what you have to do to achieve financial discipline. And obviously I'm a flawed man. I still make impulse decisions, impulse spending, and many, many mistakes, but every day, just try to get better, try to get smarter, try to get more disciplined, and that's all you can hope for. So if I had to personally choose, I'd put budget at number 1 for most importance. At number 2, I'd put setting personal goals for yourself. And at number 3, I'd put like consistency and everything else. So step 1 is just making a budget. You got to do that. It's really easy. It's really simple, but it's also hard to stay with. Step 2 is setting personal goals for yourself. This could be setting a net worth goal, getting debt paid off, paying off your car, paying off your mortgage, saving money, investing a certain amount of money. This could be a lot of different things. Just set a goal and strive for that. And number 3 is just be consistent, keep going, and surround yourself with the right people. So yeah, thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.